Hey everyone, it's Steven. So I'm always advising people to zoom out and their perspective of the world. So I thought I would literally do a zoom out in this room that I'm making videos in. This room was a home theater that I built over 20 years. It's a very long project to build not really an ultimate home theater, but to build a ultimate acoustic sound room, music room. So the screen used to be behind me, but now it's icons because about 2 years ago I started exploring Christianity and Orthodoxy, and so it's become a prayer room and a meditation room, and also a room where I've lately been doing these videos. And the videos have been about physics and theology. I love talking about that. I think I probably will occasionally do a video like that, but I've got a new idea for a series of videos, and it's going to involve this room in a more tangible way. And so if you look behind through the window here that I've put, this is a room within a room, and this wood room is inside of a stone room, and the stone room is built in 1850 by Italian immigrants. And that stone behind the icon over there in the window is original stone. I can show that to you here. That there's 3 windows. And you can see they all have icons in them now, but you can see the stonework behind there. And that stonework is the original 1850 stonework. When we bought it, there was no cement between the stones. They were just dry laid stones. And so we cemented them in hopes to preserve it. But anyway, so this is this sort of historic old house in a grape growing town. So this was built by Italian immigrants who were going to farm grapes and make wine. And in the very room I'm sitting in, they made wine, and they made all sorts of things in here. But wine was certainly one of the ones that was primarily made. So there's a lot of interesting history here. And I'm a winemaker, in case you didn't know. I'm a winemaker and a distiller. And so this is, the history of this house is important. But also, since I've become a Christian, this sort of stonework, right? This stone has become more interesting. And it's partly because the wall that's directly in front of me, the same stone as you see here, but the wall directly in front of me, on the other side of it, is more stonework that's incorporating a cistern for water for the house that's built into the hill. And it's an elaborate cistern. And when I first looked in there, I couldn't believe it. It looked like something out of Roman times. And then I thought, well, these were Italian immigrants in the 1850s, and perhaps perhaps that's why it looks Roman to me. But as I was developing in Christianity over the last 2 years, I was listening to more people that were having this idea of a wild Christianity, of a more not only more embodied, but a more outside, and Martin Shaw and Paul Kingsnorth, and if you know Graham Pardune in the room, and Sherry, this Sherry in the TLC corner. Everyone knows Sherry, right? So Sherry, and my godmother, Amy, and a bunch of people started sort of talking about this more wild outdoors, richly embodied, not in this church of a room, but in that stone room. So it's very nice to be in both here, but I want to explore more about the stone room, more about this wild Christianity. And Paul started doing a series on holy wells. And right when he did that, Paul's Kingsnorth, and right when he did that, it was about the time that I had been thinking of that cistern as a holy well. And And you'll see why as I do these videos and develop this thesis out. It's going to take a while. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but you'll see the development of Holywell. And so I always thought, oh, if I really get upset with the church and I can't handle the going to the church anymore, that I will have my prayer room that's built in the stone walls of a different time, of a more natural embodied time. And then on the other side of that wall, I can consecrate a holy well, and I will have my church experience in a more embodied in the world and a more wild sense that had a lot of appeal to me. I think has a lot of appeal to a lot of people. So I'm going to make a series of videos on the consecration of that well. I've been thinking for a while, who will I consecrate this well to? You generally consecrate to one or two different saints, and I've picked a saint, and then it never really sort of, had enough momentum, I guess you would say, for me to actually follow through. But I've decided as of today to dedicate and to consecrate that holy well to Noah, to Noah. So righteous Noah, and I'll get a little icon of Noah. It's funny. There's where the entrance to the well is. You'll be seeing is kind of a nail stuck out of the wall where it looks like maybe an icon was hung previously, and it would not surprise me at all if maybe an icon of Holy Mary had. The Theotokos had been hanging there from these Italian immigrants in front of the well. But anyway, so I want to do it to Noah, and I'll be talking in these videos about why Noah, but it has to do with the stonework, it has to do with this wild Christianity, it has to do with the holy well. I'll also be constructing an altar, so you can watch me build an altar in front of the holy well, and if you read Noah, or if you read Genesis chapter 8, verse 20, I'm going to be doing the Noah project in front of that holy well in this earthy room within a constructed more theological space, but getting back to this more lived in the wild and in the world Christianity. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I have a lot of ideas on this. I didn't really realize how many were brewing until today, when it struck me. This Noah thing struck me, and all sorts of things came creeping in. And a lot of these will be talking about water and the water imagery. And I had begun to do a few videos on water. You may have seen videos pop up and go away on amphibious Mary and aquatic themes and liquid interfaces between us and God. And so there's all went up and went down. But that's been integrated now, and it will integrate into this consecration of holy well, building of an altar. And I'll talk more about this space, because this room has a lot of interesting history to it beyond what I've already said. So join me in the next few videos, and I don't know how long it's going to take, but I think it's going to be a fair series of videos. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you.